Mossberg 930 SPX. Having some fun. The Mossberg 930 SPX. Tactical shotgun. What we're talking about is stuff that you're basically going to use for home self-defense. This isn't exactly a bird gun, okay? Hence the pistol grip and the short barrel, but gotta love that sound, right? Everybody says, oh, that'll scare the bad guys when they come in. I don't think so. If you got to do that, that means you don't have one in the chamber, you're not ready to go. SPX stands for Special Purpose Extreme, because obviously 930 just wasn't good enough. Semi-automatic shotgun, 12 gauge, and smooth barrel. Design has been around for a long time, but obviously this one has been altered to be more of a tactical style shotgun. And most people that own these, and the reason that I own it, is for home self-defense. So a lot of people are going to ask, or have asked me, you know, why go with the semi-automatic as opposed to a pump action? Both are terrific examples. Pumps obviously are a little less expensive. They arguably are more reliable. Although you can short shuck a pump action and not get another chambered round, so that can be an issue. But for me, it was ease of use. And not just for me, but again, this is a home self-defense weapon. So for my wife, Mrs. Crucible Arms, for my son, Noozer Dude, who's our cameraman here, you know, this is a load and go, set it and forget it kind of action. It is a 7-round capacity extended magazine. Once you've got it loaded, you know, you rack your round in, you pop the thumb safety off on the top, and you're ready to go. Now again, we talked about this is a design that's been around for quite a while, and the safety is what gives that away to some extent, because you do have to, it's very difficult to get that off with your thumb unless you come off of the grip. Obviously this was designed initially to have a standard stock on it where you would just be able to reach up with your thumb and grab it. Not a big deal. I do like it up here because it's easy to see. It's easy to tell whether or not you are on safe or not, but you do have to come off the pistol grip to do that. So let's talk about the recoil. It is a 12 gauge, but it's got very light recoil for a 12 gauge. Have shot both Winchester bird loads through it, you know, a number 8 shot just for target stuff, and have also run these PDX-1 Defender rounds, which are the latest and greatest hot thing for self-defense rounds. Running a slug as well as 3 double-aught buckshot pellets in it as well. You know, this stuff can have a bit of a kick to it. This obviously is a very, very light load, doesn't have much kick at all. A lot of what I attribute the low recoil to is the buttstock itself. It's got a very, very dense pad on the back of it, a nice spacer. It is a 13-inch pull buttstock. You can also, it's got shims in it, so you can adjust the drop so that you can make sure that your chin, your cheek weld, I should say, your cheek weld just drops right in, that you're not having to adjust yourself around to get through the sights. Speaking of sights, some really gorgeous LPA sights on this. You've got a rear ghost ring, comes OEM on the Picatinny rail with this particular shotgun, and then you've got a fiber optic front sight. Quick to get target acquisition with this, and really, really a nice set of sights. The rear is adjustable for both windage as well as elevation. Easy shotgun to shoot. And again, as I said before, that's one of the reasons that I wanted this one in particular for home self-defense, is I didn't want something that people had to worry about racking rounds into, especially when it comes to if you've got younger people in the house, or you have got females in the house who don't maybe necessarily have the upper body strength that men do typically. Shucking a shotgun can be an issue. Now, having said that, trust me, I know plenty of women that handle pump action shotguns just fine. So please don't send me a bunch of hate video or hate mail on that. I'm just saying in some circumstances, going with semi-auto works better. Even with these light loads, you know, we talked about these before. You know, you've got the light load. I guess some people have had issues with really light loads, and maybe it's Walmart type stuff, have had problems with the shotgun cycling using those light loads. Had absolutely zero issues with this. It works with the light loads, it works with the heavy loads. Ergonomically, fits me really, really well. This one feels good against the shoulder. Very easy to get sight acquisition with this. Very easy trigger pull, easy to manipulate, easy to load. Again, it has an extended magazine tube. It does hold 7 plus 1 in the chamber. Okay, It's a pretty simple takedown. There are a lot of parts and pieces to a shotgun that you don't necessarily have in a rifle or in a pistol, but once you kind of get the hang of it, it's not that big a deal. We start by unscrewing the extension on the magazine tube. You got to be a little careful here. There is a spring underneath here, and so once you get it loose, like I said, you got to be a little careful that that spring doesn't come flying out and whack you in the face. Once you've got the spring out, that allows you to just pull the foregrip off. And once you have the foregrip out, these are the pieces you want to kind of keep track of here as you're taking this apart. So you're going to start with pulling the barrel itself out. Okay, there's your gas tube that feeds the exhaust gases back in and makes it a semi-automatic. This is what you can replace. You can replace this with various other length and style of barrels if you wish. Getting back to the shotgun, take the spacer tube off, pull this off, pull the spring off. I kind of leave it all in order, just helps me to remember. Then you've got this little spacer back here. That comes off. Once you're there, you're now in a position where you can take the bolt assembly out. Pull the bolt assembly back, just pop out your recharge handle here. Let this come forward, and this whole assembly slides out. It is two pieces. They come apart. Set that down, and you're basically torn down at this point. There are two pins right here. You can pop these two pins through and pull the entire trigger assembly out if you want to, but obviously that's not required to clean the shotgun. So there it is. There's all your pieces and parts taken down. Fairly straightforward, fairly simple. So let's put it back together. One thing I did fail to take out was you do have the little puck that goes inside of the magazine tube, and that will fall out. If it stays in there, it's not really the end of the world, but you know, you can start by popping that puck back in there if you like, tapping it down. It's basically ready to go. So we'll start with the bolt assembly, and little rails here that you slide that in on. Get that lined up. There we go. And you'll pop that into place. We'll go ahead and start working our way back here. Get the recharge handle in. Pop that into place. Spring, and again, if you notice, that's why I lay everything out in order. It just makes it so much easier to remember how it all goes back together. Spacer tube. Now that we've got our spacer on, pull the bolt back, get that locked into place. That way everything will line up. And now it's time to put the barrel assembly together. And this all has to line up. This is probably one of the trickiest parts. You've got to get this spacer oriented correctly, as well as getting this over the end. And then that slides into place. So you're in good shape on that. Okay. So now we've got all that lined up where it belongs. Put the foregrip back on. And this is actually probably the toughest part, is forcing this doggone spring in there. Actually, I'll flip this over so maybe you can see it a little better. So you just kind of walk the spring in with your fingers. See, takes a little doing. And there's probably a smarter way to do this. I just haven't figured it out yet. And once you get it mostly there, and I grab the extension, slide that in. Get that over. There we go. There you go. Get that lined up. Tighten it down. And now you're ready to do your function check. let's ghost load. For those of you who don't know what that means, this is a 7+1, right? That means you ought to be able to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the magazine tube, 1 in the chamber, right? But if you want to ghost load, that equals 8. If you want to ghost load, there's a way to sneak that 9th one in there. So we're going to show you how that works. So we start our load just like normal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we pull the action back, let it come forward a little bit so that pops up. Put your 8th one into the magazine, let it come a little more forward, push it down. Now put this last one, and there you go. You've now got 9 total rounds. The wonderful Mossberg 930 SPX tactical shotgun. The ghost loading that I showed you, going to put all my disclaimers in place, okay? Nobody at Mossberg is going to tell you to do it like that. There's probably no one that's going to tell you to do it like that, other than people like me and enthusiasts that like to push the limits. So absolutely do that at your own risk. I will take no responsibility for that. Again, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate your patronage. If you like the channel, please subscribe. If you like the video, please like it. Tell your friends about it. If you don't, feel free to keep it to yourself. Otherwise, we'll see you the next time right here on the Crucible Arms channel. Thanks.